All right, heads I buy lunch, tails you buy lunch.
Okay.
Good.
Hey! Mike, watch out! Look out!
Good thing I didn't use a quarter. Hi, I'm Rick Bronson, and welcome to The Tourist, the travel show that goes just a little bit too far. This week, we're in the beautiful city of Seattle. Seattle is nestled between two mountain chains, the Cascades and the Olympics, of which Mount Rainier directly behind me is a part of. But since it's a little cloudy, you can't really see it. So, here's what it would look like on a nice day. Pretty, huh? This city of 1.5 million is located in the state of Washington, which is the most northwesterly state in the United States. Unless you count Alaska, which is so far north and so far west, it's practically the Far East. This engaging city is home of grunge music and computer giants, from Kurt Cobain's Nirvana to Bill Gates' Microsoft. Seattle is a unique combination between the calming effects of the Pacific Ocean and the intense buzz of what seems to be over 1 million coffee bars in the downtown area. And now it's time for The Tourist to take on Seattle. First stop, Pike Place Market. Sam, good to meet you.
Who do you represent?
We're with the travel show out of Canada called The Tourist.
How come you don't say eh?
How come I don't say eh?
Eh.
How come you don't say huh? Pike Place Fish has been hurling fish since 1930. But hey, how hard can it be to catch a cod?
Keep your eye on that fish.
Be the fish. All right. I don't. Do I want the wimpy one or the real thing?
You don't want the real thing, Ron. Be nice to him, Ronnie.
Wait, the King of Cats says I don't want the real thing. All right. I did it. I'd love to see that in slow motion. That's the best thing about having your own TV show. You can celebrate your successes in slow motion. There's something about catching your first fish. The sweet smell of fish. Yeah. One more try.
You're going to be having salmon for dinner tonight.
Salmon?
Are you ready?
I hope to God I am.
Hey! You dropped the ball. You're out. Good enough to eat? Good enough to wear.
That's tasty fish, actually. And when you drop the fish, you pay the price.
One more try. One more try.
And after throwing fish at your head, the final dismissal can be, well, quite abrupt.
Your time here is done. You have disgraced the uniform. You must go now. Go now.
I need a clown. I'll go for the dog.
Yeah, doing good. Yeah. You've got more capabilities than you realize there. Yeah. See, that's probably purebred, even
Huh?
mixed breed. Yeah, look at there.
Look at that. I made one for you.
Record time. He did. No, looking in the book, too.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, here, sit down. I go to work.
All right, what the hell? Why not? Balloons for $1.
Yeah, whatever.
I can make 300 different balloons, but they all look like dogs.
Okay.
What do you want?
A dog.
A dog, good call. Seattle has a bad reputation for being a rainy city, which is unfair considering the average rainfall is only 36 inches a year. Surprising compared to New York's 40 inches. And Hawaii's whopping 128 inches. Flight, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Museum of Flight. This 185,000 square foot complex houses over 50 historically significant aircraft, and some of them are really pushing the envelope. This is the Aerocar 3. This thing actually flies. It's been approved by the FAA for flight. The problem is, it's not roadworthy. You can't even drive it to the airport. This is the Red Barn, the original manufacturing plant for Boeing Aviation. It was bought by William Boeing in 1910 for $10. Man, I would have loved to have chipped in $5 on that deal. While at the museum, I had the chance to speak with Eden Hopkins.
Well, we were founded in 1964, and we have become the largest air and space museum on the West Coast.
So I imagine there's a lot of one-of-a-kinds here at the museum.
Absolutely.
But the amazing thing is, this is only a part of your actual display.
Right, we only have half of our aircraft at this site. The other half are up at our restoration center in Everett. It's a 40-minute drive from here.
Let me ask you, what is the most talked about plane in the museum?
Well, that would be the Blackbird. It's the world's only existing M/D-21 Blackbird and drone pair. It's a spy plane, 80% titanium, and it gets 11 inches longer in flight, so it's a pretty exciting aircraft.
One of the probably most recognizable planes on the grounds here would be the U.S. presidential airplane, the Air Force One.
Right, it's the first presidential jet, Eisenhower's plane, and not only Eisenhower flew on it, but also Kennedy and Johnson and Nixon as well. And Johnson was rather of an eccentric, and he installed several interesting things on the aircraft, such as a doggy door for his beagles, him and her, and a hydraulic table that he could lower or raise depending how he wanted the people across from him to feel. This is a very special aircraft, and it's the only craft we have that you can do a walk-through tour of.
This presidential bathroom was specifically redesigned to hold Jackie Kennedy's makeup. But you'd think the wife of a president would get a little more privacy than a wee piece of plexiglass. So if you want to experience flight from its first beginnings, check out the Museum of Flight. It's open daily, and if you're an airplane enthusiast, you're going to like it. Here's a great way for you Canadian travelers to save money while in Seattle. Your money works in their meters. Seattle is the coffee capital of North America. You cannot step 10 feet without seeing, sipping, or smelling a cup of Java. But with all these different coffee shops, how do you choose? Today, on The Tourist, I am going to attempt to find Seattle's tastiest blend. I started my quest at Seattle's Best, where I spoke with coffee expert Denise Reed. Now, Seattle coffee is hugely popular. Everybody drinks it. I mean, there's coffee stands everywhere, right? Yep. Corners of streets and hardware stores, inside banks.
Yep.
I think there's a bank machine, coffee machine. Do you know that?
There probably is.
You can. You put in your bank card, and you can get an espresso. Why is coffee so popular in Seattle? What's its appeal?
Probably because we make great coffee.
Now, is it all made right here?
All of our beans are roasted here in Washington State, yes.
Okay. Now, when you come here and order coffee, you got different sizes. You got the grande, the tall,
right,
and the short.
Correct.
Okay, my question to you is, isn't that basically small, medium, large?
Espresso originated in Italy, so when it came over, that's where the sizes were translated.
But those are actually almost French names, aren't they? Grande,
yep.
Tall,
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah, but still, double tall sounds so much better than double medium.
All right, I'll accept that. Hey, Denise, I want to thank you for answering.
Oh, you're welcome.
Some questions. But I got to go check out some other stores because it's not going to really be a fair contest unless I try everybody out. Okay?
I understand.
But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
See you later.
Right. Have a good day. Watch the door.
Okay. There. Nothing like a coffee to get a guy going. Watch out. Here comes Caffeine Boy. Howard, let me ask you a question. Why is coffee so popular in Seattle? What's the rush? What's the craze? Why does everybody have one? Why is there a store every 2 feet?
Well, I think it probably has to do with our weather patterns. With it being as overcast and gray as it generally is, I think people need a little more pick-me-up than maybe they do in LA.
Thanks, buddy. I gotta fly. Wonder where I can find a cup of coffee. Hey, espresso bar. Yeah.
Americano, latte, cappuccino, and double espresso. So, what do you want to know about coffee?
I want to know the coffee experience. Why is it so important for people that live here in Seattle? Why?
Well,
Why?
it's not any longer a commodity, but a sensual experience.
Oh, yeah. What's the most espresso anyone's ever had in one single given cup of coffee?
Oh, I know a guy that gets a quad short non-fat.
Quad, that'd be 4?
4 shots
Non-fat?
in a short cup. Hi, welcome back.
Hey, I'm back. How you doing? I just wanted to tell you guys that we went all over the scene trying to different types of coffee, and you guys had the best coffee by far, so we wanted to give you the silver coffee cup because you had the best coffee. The mocha, the latte, the cappuccino, the frappe, everything was great. After consuming more coffee than is right or normal, I decided it was time to kick back, slow down, and take in one of the many Seattle bus tours available each and every day. I hooked up with Gene, the touring machine of Seattle Tours, who knows the city inside out, and we instantly bonded. Buddies for life. There's no such thing as a stretcher road in Seattle without a coffee shop.
If you go more than 100 feet without seeing a coffee shop, you're no longer in the city limits.
You can walk into the Radio Shack up ahead and get an espresso. Seattle has so much to offer, from one of the healthiest and most vibrant downtown areas in the country to the picturesque waterfront park. It is one of the busiest ports in the world where travelers can browse through import shops, sample some of the freshest seafood in the world, or just sit back and watch the sun drop beneath the waves. Seattle also has one of the largest houseboat communities in the United States, where the inhabitants live year-round in these famous floating homes.
Delightful people. They were from that area, and they were down here on a mystery tour.
Next stop, the Fremont District, where the official motto is freedom to be peculiar, and which also proudly proclaims itself to be the center of the universe. The town features some of the most eye-catchy municipal art imaginable, like a giant troll which lurks beneath a major thoroughfare. A bus tour through Seattle is a terrific way to explore some of the most beautiful sights and interesting spots in this city. There are a lot of tour companies to choose from, and the good news is they're all fairly inexpensive. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, yes.
Can you recommend a good donut shop in the area?
Donuts? Sorry, don't do donuts.
Physically fit cops who don't eat donuts? What's the world coming to? I know what you folks are thinking. Rick, what's a fine connoisseur like yourself doing at a place like this? Well, the answer is obvious. I'm here to eat the mother of all omelets. Howdy. Oh,
So you hope you're hungry.
Cow. Thought I ordered the large one.
Well, I can get you a bigger one, but you finish that one first.
How many eggs is this?
That's about 12.
12 eggs. My God. So you have this size and you have the size, what's the smaller size?
The smaller size is 6 eggs.
So stupid or stupider is basically.
Well, yeah, you gotta come in here hungry or it's over.
Holy cow. All right, what am I eating here, Kelly Sean?
That's a full house omelet. It's ham, mushrooms, American cheese, some toast, about 14 ounces of hash browns.
How often do you eat this?
How often do I eat that?
Yeah.
I don't eat omelets.
Let me ask you this. Do you ever eat at Beth's?
Yes.
You do?
Every day. It's free.
Because you guys have won awards. You guys have won like this, the big Grease Spoon Award for the Pacific Northwest, right?
5 years running.
Tell me a little about that. Best Greasy Spoon?
Best Greasy Spoon. They come in here. People know they can come in. They can eat. They can have all the food they could possibly stand and more. And they're going to leave. It'll just cost them a bit.
For my overall experience at Beth's, I give it 11 eggs out of 12. Seattle is a seemingly peaceful city by day, but when darkness falls, the kids come out to play. Seattle is well known for being the birthplace of grunge music, spawning such bands as Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Nirvana, and Alice in Chains.
Rocking out on this music gives me a great idea!
We can use that one a lot, man. People like that.
All right. What's your favorite movement by Johann Sebastian Bach?
No, does he do the windmill thing?
I get it. Hey, boys.
Hey, man.
I got some good news. Since nobody else showed, you're in the band.
Oh, right on.
Because I know what I mean and what I say I mean to you. No
Just south of downtown is Seattle's oldest neighborhood, Pioneer Square, which features a fine selection of restaurants, turn-of-the-century architecture, exquisite boutiques, and a lively cabaret atmosphere. The area is well known for its abundance of art galleries and art shows. Stepping into Seattle's colorful past is as easy as stepping into a refurbished 19th century bar like this one, which is the starting point of the famous Bill Speidel's Underground Tour. The tour takes you down below the streets of present-day Seattle into a maze of narrow passages and dark corridors. I wasn't too keen on going, but I felt I had to deal with my fear. Are there still baths down here?
There are, in fact.
I'm not gonna fall in, am I?
I hope not.
The tour takes you all the way back to June 6th, 1889, when Seattle's business district was completely destroyed by what is now remembered as the Great Fire of Seattle. Personally, I wasn't too interested in the history. I just wanted to get out. To be perfectly honest, folks, I'm terribly claustrophobic, and this place wasn't helping the problem one bit. I felt as if the walls were closing in on me and the air was getting thin. I needed my group's help if I was going to get through this without a full-blown panic attack. How are you, sir? Would you hold my hand for a little while? God bless you. Things weren't getting any easier. My tour guide just informed me that in 1907, the underground was closed due to an outbreak of the bubonic plague. Great. Just great. Fire and disease and claustrophobia. Wonderful. My guy just kept talking and I just kept shivering. He went into graphic detail about how the underground was intended to be used as a storage facility, but with the gold rush of 1897, there came a demand for more goods and services, so Pioneer Square became a giant double-decker shopping center. Shopping center? Someone better talk to the management, because this mall's disgusting. There's no way a Gap will ever open up in here. Hey man, do you feel it's a little small in here, right? Don't you feel a little claustrophobic? Like it's gonna shrink in on us. It's gonna, like the earthquake or something. Just, let's hold hands, man, please, come on. Come on, man, come on, please.
Hey man, why don't you just like stay behind, work on it?
You really want me to stay behind?
Yes! Yes!
You know, I really needed that. From now on, only tours that offer daylight.
Travel tip number 822. What you can and cannot take from your hotel room.
First off, in the bathroom, you're basically safe with anything that begins with the letter S. You've got your soap, shower cap, skin conditioner, shampoo, sewing kit, and of course, your shoehorn. But please, don't ever take the shower curtain. In the main living area, the rules are a little bit different. If it's not nailed down, it's yours. Nice pen. Hi.
Hi.
Like to check out, please?
Did you enjoy your stay at the Claremont Hotel?
I loved it. It was marvelous.
Sir, we prefer if you would leave the furniture and lamps.
Please keep in mind, every hotel has their own guidelines on what you can and cannot take. Seattle is a great family-friendly city, beautifully located in the Pacific Northwest. It offers festivals, parks, and outrageous fountains, all to entertain and delight kids of every age. Whether you're in the mood for a peaceful harbor sunset, unique shopping experiences, Fremont bohemian flavor, or just your basic caffeine-induced grunge band adventure, you can be guaranteed that the Emerald City has something to offer everyone, even a quiet, serious guy like me. Well, that's it for this week's episode of The Tourist from Seattle. Thanks for joining us, and I want to say goodbye the best way I know how. Boys, let's play our other song.